The age profile and demographic of your team is really important. And what you got to do to be a phenomenal business owner is you got to start to think about the age profile and demographic of the audiences that you go to serve. So think a little bit about it. What's the average age of the vendor that you're working with today? So if you're thinking about it, maybe for example, in those people that are selling apartments, maybe the average age of that vendor is like, sub 30. And then the nicer homes are maybe like 30 to 40. And then the bigger homes in your area are kind of like 40 plus. Well, then ultimately having a sales team that's diverse. So that ultimately you've got some people with no hair, gray hair, some young people, some people that are middle-aged are really important, because then it's about really making sure that you pair up the right people to go to the right opportunity. Let's say, for example, that you're going to go and sell a property that's a part of a deceased estate. You're going to be going and meeting Jim and Doreen, and they're like literally in their early 70s. Well, naturally, if you're like a 19-year-old and you've created a listing opportunity, taking someone who's a little bit older, who's maybe got a little bit of that perception of life experience, is a really important skill set. Because now all of a sudden they can literally relate to that particular person. Maybe they've been through a similar situation, and naturally, empathetically, they can go to connect. We were actually in a position that once we were working for a firm that was trying to sell these incredible riverfront homes, but the majority of the buyers and the majority of the sellers were like in their mid-50s, and the entire sales team, 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. Now, there's no problems with actually having great, young, fresh talent to our industry, but how about we pair them up with someone that can help them in those particular situations? You might have very specific groups in your community, and making sure that you've got lots of diversity inside of your team is a really important skill set to ultimately make sure that you can win more business more often. What you want to do is you want to go and identify what are the key groups that sit inside of your community and how they represent it on the inside of your business, so you can tap into new markets more often. And this is an important skill set for really growing the diversity of what it is that you do. Now, interesting enough, one of our clients in regional Australia has identified that one of the major land developers in their area are actually from different religious denominations. So they actually make sure that they've got people from every religious denomination working inside of their business, so that naturally they can go and speak to all of those different land developers to get the chance to sell more of the land. And if you start thinking about what you're doing, then everything really changes. We get to work in Dubai, which is probably one of the most diverse marketplaces in the world, filled with people from all around the world. And sitting inside of that business is over 51 different people from different countries. And this is an incredible opportunity where it goes to show that diversity really makes all the difference if you can tap into marketplaces and really build significant market share, because you understand that particular market's approach to what it is that they like to do when it comes to selling or leasing residential property. Build that conversation, start to think differently about the age, profile, and demographic of your team, and make sure it's reflective of the markets that you wish to serve.